Okay, perfect. So yeah, so thanks for joining Siri and Surya. So today we are going to discuss and look at the context QA. So let me share my screen. And please feel free to ask questions in between. The goal is to make it interactive and walk you through all the features of context QA. Okay, so just to start with, Context QA is a company based out of Austin, Texas, and it's a software test automation developer productivity tool development company. So you can find some of the informations over here, such as the documentation of the product, uh, Chrome extension that is required for a record and play feature or low code no code feature, as well as a free trial sign up. So all of this information can be found from our ContextQA website. So so yeah, once you do that, it will take you to the account page and you will be able to log in. Okay, and at the same time there is a Chrome extension link which you will be able to install and perform some of the actions over here. Having said that, let's start. So once you log into the our portal, you will find this dashboard. Okay, and this dashboard tells a lots of things, but if you are starting from scratch, it will provide you the information about what is your last run history look like, or what is the trend look like for week, month, and quarter. This is the new org I created, so it looks the pretty same, but over the time it will provide the clear visibility into what is the test execution history look like for you. Okay, this is a total overall test cases you have, how many are passing, how many is failed, and which one is not executed yet. And you like there is a more breakdown based on the feature wise or label wise breakdown, and also it provides you the score and some more details into the last execution one, that what happened to the last executed result, right? So for example, in here you ran cross browser test, so this is the response you it looked like. And it had a auto healed, it provide the full trace of the execution, video, and all the details including the visual regression. Okay, so this is very high level overview of our portal. Okay, any questions so far?
No, Deep.
Okay, perfect. So we will go by the story. Sorry. um, did Sachin or anyone have question? Sorry. Okay. So we will go by the story where normal day-to-day use case look like as a tester, and we will go from there. Okay. So first of all, we will start in this. We will take the situation where a tester is being onboarded on the new project, where the sprint planning is happening. There is no automation in place, or there is also development going in parallel. So in that case, Context QA supports agile development, and I want to showcase you how. So while you are gathering the new requirements, you can start creating a new test case over here while requirements are being discussed. So like here is the new feature, home screen, right? So it can be anything, but you want to add a placeholder so you can continuously add details whenever it's ready. It's similar to Jira that you normally perform. And then if you do not have clear requirements and you need to add requirements, we can always go back and add more details to over here. That home screen has screen should have XYZ of functionality, right? And you can also prioritize low, medium, high status, and you can also put it some different labels over here to identify and mark it is a functional test and so on. Our goal is to help you to be agile as much as possible. Now now you are still waiting for more information while you just keep adding more information. So for example, you are testing the home screen of the Facebook, right? Or Orange HRM, like any website. Okay, so you just keep adding whatever you normally you add, like you go to this website, enter this value, and enter admin 123 in the, say that just you're just adding a placeholder for now because screen is still yet to be ready. So just okay. So you added all this information while screen is being ready. Okay. So the goal over here is you just continue without waiting for the automation to start. And while everything is building, you still need to perform your test cases. So you can perform like manually. So you can come over here. You can say that okay, this step is passed. You are able to, uh, right? And you can say that okay, this is um, this is passed too, and this one is failed because you are not able to do that, right? And you just failed, and entire test case is failed. So goal over here is while you are developing your test cases, you should be able to continue and log your efforts. It will mark as a manual, but you should be able to do it. Now once it is ready, right, once you are saying okay, functionality is ready, you just go ahead and click run because the steps are already automated for you. Now you need to come back and update the value over here. That's a minor change you need to do, but rest of the stuff you already added, that it will go and perform the step for you. So the goal over here is manual to automation transition is in a seconds, because while you are developing the requirements or discussing the requirements, the information you add such a way that it automates your manual efforts into the automation, and you do not need to do the rework whenever your team is ready. Are we on the same page?
Uh, I have a doubt here. So, if I'm adding some manual steps for the verification or the validation that we are going to do, and when we are running it, running or when we are executing it, that also gets uh, validated.
Yes. So like similar to what you mentioned, right? Like for example, I'm adding a session here, right? Verify the URL over here is okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so you just keep adding like this while you are still. So I deleted the another step, right? And
Mm.
you just keep adding all the assertions and everything like you normally do
Okay.
manually while other developers are developing, and it's automated for you. So you do not need to come here edit again, or you can also make it parameterized. Like we will go through the more step here,
Okay.
but the goal is you put your effort manually such a way that it's already automated, so you do not need to rework.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so normally like it should verify like this one. Yeah, I need to check why, but let me see. Okay, so yeah, so it when we entered, so we were expecting this one, but uh, because of the robot, uh, so yeah, so we got a different URL over here, so it will provide you all the details also why it failed. Okay, are we on the same page for like manual testing and agile way of updating it?
Yes. Yes, Siri, you have any
Yes.
doubt?
No,
Sorry.
sorry. No, I'm clear.
Okay, okay, perfect. So then another scenario we have is you already have a functional taste, right? Like Flutter applications, web applications. We will also discuss the mobile applications where you are working along with the automation, or creating the automation along with it, and you do not need to write, or you do not want to write all these steps. For that, we have a record and play feature as well. So like, for example, if I go here, right, and I can take any example, but um, right, and like I'm just giving the label demo. So I can add all the steps over here. So maybe this site is slow. So just a second. So if you see here, right, on the right side, all the steps will be added for you in the plain English.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, I don't know. This site is down. Hmm. Okay. So I just, yeah, I just, and I stop recording. So I just perform the login scenario, right? Logged in, click on admin, and then logged out, and it writes all the steps for me. Okay. At the same time, like I can also highlight all these elements if I'm not sure where it is pointing to. So this is our record or no code feature. Okay. And also similar to our portal, you can also add all the assertions over here, like verify the, there are tons of different types of verify, but you can verify the title, URL, all the tags, and all other details as well. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No, Deep.
Okay, perfect. So once you do that, you go back to our portal and just click on run, and it should start executing for you all the steps. So the goal over here is that you do not need to remember what template to select and go from there. Even it's straightforward, but for more more longer user scenarios or user journeys, this can become very handy. So it time out. It wasn't able to load that PIM part, but it will, after the execution, it will provide you the like full video, as well as full trace of all the execution by like what is exactly happening. So it can be useful to you as well as your developer. Okay. Over here, if you can see my screen, here it will provide what it failed, why it failed, and we wanted to click on PIM option, but it timed out. So we're going to record this step again. So one of the criteria it mentioned, like debugging, right? So it will provide you clear information what is happening, like it timed out, PIM is not found, so what to do, right? So in that case, you can log in again, right? And you can go to the like PIM, and there is an icon over here. So you can click on it, and So we re-recorded the PIM symbol over here, and let's try to run now, if that helps. But the debugging is very simple over here, or fixing is very simple. So if something is changed, it is a fill in the blanks only. So you do not need to know programming, or there is a way also you can add through programming, but you are not required to be to be precise. Okay, so this is the, yeah, so this is the like automation that we talk about, right? We will go in a second more into like uh, what are the other aspects over here. But if you see here, we found the issue that it didn't record on the first time. So it mentioned about record the label again. We re-recorded that particular feature, and it's working now. So finding issue and fixing is fairly easy with ContextQA. Any questions so far with what we covered?
Yeah, if the element is not found, we will always have an option like displayed like we have to re-record it.
uh,
Like,
there are there are situations. So we have a auto healing functionality inbuilt. So most of the time it will find by itself, but in case it is not able to find, then yes, you will have a feature over here always that you can come here and re-record.
okay,
Okay, but and we will see if there is a different scenario. But like for example, yeah, so like in this kind of scenario, right, it will auto heal automatically, right? So now you will have an option to auto heal or not, or let it fail. But sometimes like one or the another locator doesn't work, and we have like 10 different ways to find it out which particular element are you talking about, right? A particular piece on the website. So it is not always dependent on the locator. So we try to auto heal by ourselves to add more accuracy to it. But if it
okay,
is not able to auto heal, then yes, you need to re-record.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So going back to our test case. So we have seen once you execute for the first time, it will take all the screenshots of all the different PEs. So it can help you to understand as well as a documentation purpose as well, like it is a logout button, or it is a login button, and it will. Also, the same screenshot will be used for the visual regression. So visual regression is over here, where if there is any differences can be found on the web page, it can log it here. It also logs all the network and console logs for you. So let me just show you here. So it will log all this information for you, so you can come back and debug if it needs to be. Okay, because it is very important for you to find it out why it failed. Okay, so currently it is just not found, and it's a UI issue, so it will not provide that much details. But like if it is any functional issue where not it is not a functional issue, then it will provide you the more information about what is wrong, and what is the root cause. And in all these things it is using AI. So first is a visual regression, it is using AI, as well as root cause analysis. I can show you one of these example in a moment. But basically you will be navigating from here to figure it out what are the steps you have, and then all the execution history. And once you find it out that what is the overview look like, you will be able to navigate through the each step and see if there are any visual regression or not, and also any network issue or any other errors. Are we good so far?
Yeah, here in each step, we are having the screenshot, and does the screenshot show of the entire page, or like we were showing, like it was showing only for the element? Is it like that, or the entire page?
Yeah, we have a both ways. We for these particular instance, we enabled for particular elements. But if you are looking for entire page, yeah, we can provide you the entire page.
Okay. And the recordings, does it show the screenshot of the recording time? What was the screenshot? And during the execution time, what is the screenshot? Does both the views are shown?
Um, okay, so what you are trying to say is okay. So
Yeah.
yes, we do have that information, but we are not currently showing. But it's something we can do it for you. So for example, like what you are trying to say here is right, and like for example here, so currently yes, we have a both of these copies of previous golden copy as well as current copy, and we are comparing both. But what you are trying to say is you want to see full picture of both, right, without differences as well, correct?
Yeah, during the recording time, what was the screen showing, and while executing, what is the screen showing? Does we have an provision of that? That just I asked.
uh, we are storing in our database. Yeah, it is not showing here, but yeah, we can
Okay,
show it. Yes.
got it.
Okay. uh, any other question?
No, Deep.
Okay, perfect. So now everyone talks about AI. So I want to showcase another feature of AI. So like we are working with Amazon for a POC, and so now take another example where you have a large backlog of regression steps already written in plain English, maybe in Excel spreadsheet or Jira ticket. So we have created a way that you can automatically create automation from it, okay, without going into each line and adding each step by yourself, right? If you have thousands of test cases. So in that case, currently we have an API, but in future you can upload Excel spreadsheet as well. So the way it look like is you can just pass the information here, and we will discuss about the elements later on. But you just pass, and you do not need to write in specific pattern. You can have your own word terminology the way you have written, so you do not need to modify your steps, and you just click. Yeah, so just a second. Mm, yeah, I need to change it in a moment. Just a second, because it's pointing to the different so let me show you. Okay. So our goal is, because companies has like a thousands of test cases created, right? um, Manually, and they do not have time to figure it out what which template suits well. So that's where we have these kind of scenarios created for them. You can also mention it is a mobile type of test cases or not, and this one is we are doing for Amazon and for Android. And so in like a 30 seconds it created the test case for you. So if you go here, so it will look like this one, where all the steps will be created for you. Now you can add any of like a, it doesn't need to be click, right? It doesn't need to be enter. So it can be your terminology, can enter value XYZ, tap on this. So it uses NLP and different machine learning algorithms to translate into our terminology and automate it for you. Okay. So once I do it and click on run, so it will start running on our cloud devices. So this is a mobile testing feature. So let me, okay. Okay, so it will take few seconds to run on mobile. Before I show you the like mobile part, I want to showcase you one more stuff is our Jira integration. And yeah, we will come back because it is currently executing. So we will come back in a moment. Um, about what it does. So for example, you have any of these test cases, right? So I will take like this um, step as an example. Okay, so our Jira integration. So if you click on Jira, we have so many integrations, but currently only few are enabled for this project. So Jira is one of that. So you can click on like view details, and you can configure for your like a token ID and access key with username. Once you do it, so once you configure Jira, and you can come back to the particular test case, so you can create either a new test from here directly, as well as you can also create a new bug from here as well. So like if we see here, so it will show up here. So we have a native Jira application. So if you click on here, so it will load all the details for you now, and it will provide you all the summary of the test cases. Now if I go back to the same test steps over here, and update the label, mark it like login, for example, right, and refresh it. So the way we link requirements with the test cases with test results is with the labels. And once you have the labels, so let's say here it's a login. Sorry. So let's load it again. So like you will see in Jira ticket itself all this information, where it will provide you the cross traceability of your requirements with your test cases, right? As well as what are the test coverage look like for given feature. So you can have as many as features you have, and you can label it properly, and you can find it out for given requirements. You have this many test cases, so you do not need to manage as Excel spreadsheet. And also for given epic or story, you will be able to find test coverage, all the performance score, what is the last execution history, all the information you will be able to find from here. And obviously, like, you do not need to maintain steps over here, because all the steps will be added dynamically to the to over here. Any question on the Jira plugin specifically, Jira integration?
No, the
Okay, so the goal over here is, as a tester, you shouldn't be spending too much time in explaining what you have worked today. The goal is you should continue and plan your test, or design your test such a way that it maps to the requirements, so there is no requirements left out without being covered with the given test cases. So that is the first goal. And the second goal is it captures and provides all the informations to the developers, project managers, as well as the CTOs and all the leadership team, that how QA team is performing, or what is the health of the particular app, particular feature look like for given epic or story, so they can take a timely decision, while tester doesn't need to like update the data on multiple levels. Okay, so going back to our scenario. Hmm, so not sure what happened with mobile, but let's see the mobile, the way it works. Like, do you use the API locally?
Yeah.
for mobile. Yeah. So here is also the same way, like you can connect to the APM inspector if you want to add a new base case, sorry, elements uh, over here. So yeah, I'm not going to go again on this one because you already know that you, yeah, so you will be able to connect. We are making it easier for you, so you do not need to go and find all the elements by yourself. So we are making a few things easier, so it automatically captures uh, yeah, it automatically captures all the information for you. Um, so, okay. uh, so you can create an element and add over here from this one. Yeah. Yeah, but goal is not this one. The point is, yeah, we want to provide one single platform for web and mobile and all. So let me see if I can show you. So we are running on the like third party. So when it executes, it will provide you all the details of execution for the mobile as well, similar to what we have seen. So these are the test cases we ran from, like we migrated from local to cloud through the API endpoint, like I mentioned, right? Manual test cases using AI migrated to our platform. And once we migrated, yeah, it looks like it provides all the network information, logs, and all other informations as well as the device logs. So you can debug if you need to. And yeah, it will work the same way that other our web functionality works, such as like sorry. Yeah, so like similar to like I, so all look and feel will be the same for web and mobile, where you will find like all the detailed information, like we mentioned over here, video, trace, and logs, and all other information. So you shouldn't find any difficulties there. Any questions so far before I move forward to different features?
No, Deep. Siri, you have any doubts?
No.
Yeah. So the way, so for your also understanding, I want to mention one more stuff is mobile also works the same way, where you create a test case like a bare minimum, right? Mobile testing, and you do not need to add navigate, but like a click. So you can also add similar steps that we talk about, and you can add all the information, all the selectors like normally you do, or and I will show you, we have a repository also. So you can create repository all in one, so you do not need to find selectors again and again. But this is the first time practice you need to do. In future, automatically those selectors will be adjusted for web specifically. Okay. Um, so if you see here in the element section, you can add all, and let me give you the web as an example. So while you are developing a test case, right? Like one way is you record it here. The another way for you is there is a button called selector. Okay, so you go here and go to any website, right? And you just right click on it. There is a option called ContextQA test automation and find locator. So it will add a new locator for you. Okay, and you will be able to go here right? And say that, okay, this is OHRM login, right? And the same for the here, and you can say that, okay, this is a, okay. So if you see here, let's see. Okay, so we added like username and password field over here. Like I put the login name, but yeah, it is a username and password field. And now if I go here, and I should be able to use in any of these steps. So like for example, mobile testing. I'm just giving the example right now, but like click on and label. So label would be maybe username or login, right? And I can say that I click on password. So this is the way you can make it very dynamic and parameterize your taste where all the elements will be stored into the dictionary that we provide. And there are so many easier ways to do it, right? And once you do it, it will show like this. And if something needs to be changed, you can come over here and replace it. It will replace to all the places, so you do not need to worry about managing or updating elements or any dependency in all the test cases, because everything is parameterized here. Are we on the same page?
Yeah. So like if
Yes.
we want to pass the value of the login or the password dynamically, how we can do that? Setting the value.
Yes, yes. So there are multiple ways. So first is assume like you are working on your own environment, right? And I'm working on my environment. So we both will have our own environment. So like I can say here like a Siri. I'm not sure who asked question, but like local dev, for example, and I can say that, okay, this is the username, Siri, and password differently, right? So this is a one way. And like I can have you can have your environment, I can have my environment, and the test case that we are going to write over here, it will be parameterized. So like I enter value, right? And the value will be coming from the environment variable, and we call it like, okay, this is a username which is a parameterized, and it should be go here, right? And same for the, okay, so I parameterize this part, right? Username and password. Now during the runtime, and I will show you in the test plan, you have an option how you want to run it. So you can have your own test plan where you can say that run against your environment, and I can say run against my environment, where username value will be dynamically fetched from that environment variable.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So similar to that, we also have a data-driven testing where you can go here and create your own data profile. So similar to this one, like we will provide the option to create an Excel spreadsheet or upload Excel spreadsheet as well. So over here, you can have that, okay, my login profiles, and you can have 10 different profiles or 10 different username and password you want to check. And you can say that, okay, it is user 01, this is the username, and this is the password. And you can say that, okay, beep 123, and over here I can say that user 02. So I can add as many as details I want, and save it. And then to use this in my test cases, so which is over here, I can have like a for loop, right, where I can say that okay, this is my profile I want to use from these to this user, create, and I can add a step underneath it, right? So like enter is data, and this is the parameter I want to add, and like okay, this is the username, and username field, this one, and go from here. So like we discussed over here multiple things, right? One is elements, so parameterizing elements, so to make our test cases very dynamic and robust for a long term, and also debugging and fixing issue would be much more simpler from these two options. Over here we discuss about the environment variables, right, where different environments, dev, local, stage, prod, can be have their own profiles, environment profiles, and same test case can run against multiple environments, so you do not need to write separate test cases for those environments. And last, we discuss about the data profiles, where you have different data sets, where you have a same test cases run against different data sets. You should be able to do it from here. Are we good so far?
Yeah. Is there any option like we can randomly generate the data, like a username if I want to randomly generate or something like that? Any test step if I want to randomly generate data, can we do that in the step level?
Yeah, we had an option, but like then like user wanted a very different type. So currently we disabled this option, but yes, it's a feasible with us. So like for example, like what you are asking is over here. So if we enable that feature for you, it will show up over here that generate data randomly for you. But
Okay.
currently in this instance, yeah, we have disabled it.
Okay.
Okay. Any question? Um, So yeah, so before we go further, I also want to mention about the API testing. So API testing can be performed in the same test case as well as the different test cases. So what do I mean by same test case, right? So let's take this example. So you can have your own separate function API testing uh, example, right? API with fake users, and you can say that this is a non-functional, right, and just create. And over here you can say like a type API. Now in this API, let's check this is the user that we want to verify. So we're gonna put this endpoint, we're gonna say send, and name we are getting this one, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna also verify the response, right? So here we said, okay, this is a GET request, this is the endpoint look like. Go to the next steps and say that, okay, these are the fake users, right? And this is the variable name we gave. You can give any name. And the value that we want to verify is Lynn Graham. Over here, we're gonna make sure is fake users, right? And the zeroth index dot name is matching this one, right? Equals, and click on create, and click create, and click on run button. So you already automated your API testing, as well as you verified that it's working or not. So it takes like less than 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Um, it will provide you this a trace viewer of this one. So it will also tell you like, okay, you mentioned this request, and this is the expected result that you are trying to do. So it will provide full trace for you also for your API testing, so you can debug each and everything, all the assertions and everything for you. And same API will be used for end-to-end testing in your functional testing as well. So like if I go here and I just write the API testing, right? So I can do the same thing over here as well. Are we good so far with the API testing?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so we have 10 more minutes. So I would like to showcase two more features. We have uh, so like as I mentioned, right, we ran couple of test cases. So our dashboard looks like this one, where all these numbers will be updated dynamically, right, and total test cases and everything, as well as you navigate through the different test cases over here, and all the information will change. If you're looking for detailed reports and analytics, you should be able to find from here, where you click on run results, and you will find all the details over here about each and every execution. So this is the API testing, but here is the full details. You can also find it out, like what is the execution look like for each step. Okay. And if you want to go even take a further look, you can click here and it will take you to the like a execution details screen, where we already seen the visual regressions and all other informations over here. Now let's discuss about the cross browser and cross devices testing. So uh, the so we created these test cases, right? So let's add these two test cases into a test suite. So test suite is nothing but grouping of test cases, right? So demo test suite of login, and here we will add test cases. So right, so we will add this particular test case, as well as let's say Facebook. Add it here, save, and here we say like for demo purpose. So yeah, so we have added these two test suites as a part of this. We can add more as well if you want to. So this is a test suite look like. So you have two options, like you can run test suite as it is, or our goal is to create a test plan. So test plan, always you need to create a test suite, and you can have more than one test suite. So like here we can say that, okay, this is a demo test plan. Test plan is nothing but you are providing configuration how you would like to uh, run the test, right, or across multiple devices, multiple browsers, and so on. So if we look at here, and if here we can select, okay, this is a test suite or demo test suite, right, and add it here. And you can also add devices from here. So here you can say like, okay, this is a Chrome browser you are planning to add here. So this is the Chrome browser you are adding, right? And at the same time you are saying, okay, add a new device, which is a Firefox. And let's say if we can add another one. Okay. And here are the additional settings that you can provide. Here are the environments that we talk about previously. I'm not sure who asked this question, but like we discussed about your series environment and my local environment. So we can
Yeah.
say that, okay, this test plan needs to run against this environment, and it should go from there. Okay. So if I create this particular test plan, I can see the configurations over here that, okay, these are the test suite needs to run for Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, right? And I click run, and it will start running it for me. While it is running, I would like to showcase this test plan can be run from the different CI/CD platform as well, like Jenkins and Jenkins, AWS code pipeline, Circle CI, and all, as well as it has a webhook, so you can trigger same test plan using the using the API endpoint that we provide. Any question on CI/CD pipeline, guys?
No, Deep.
Okay. Last but not the least, it has an option to create a schedule. So like your nightly scans of or nightly like regression test or smoke test, right? You can create like intervals, like for example, nightly build regression scan, and yeah, so like okay. So yeah, and then this execution will run continuously. Now if you see here the execution, like whatever we ran on different browsers, so it passed one browser but it failed on some other browsers. So these are the results that it will provide to us. So we ran two test cases in three different browsers, so we see six test cases ran over here, and it will provide the results to us with the video as well as the details, like what happened, why it failed over here. So on this browser window, Microsoft Edge, it couldn't find it particular selector. So you will find all these analysis directly from here, as well as you can find like what is the test suite look like, or particular device wise, like Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. Any question on the cross browser testing?
No, but I have one doubt, like how we can create generic methods like the test steps which are common for the other test cases. Can we group it as a method and then use it across the test cases?
Yes, yes. So over here, like you can say that like, okay, like these are the test step which is common, maybe till over here, right? So like let me just create a clone of it, and so over here step group is a common login, I would say, like just give the different name over here and create a step group. Okay, so step group is nothing but reusable steps for you. Okay, so now if I want to, so this, like if you can see here, right, common login, so it's a test case, but that can be used everywhere wherever you want. So for example, I am over here, and in the mobile testing, I want to use now login feature. So I can, so here is only one, so I'm going to use that one for now. So it will show me all the steps that we already looked at, right? So you do not need to repeat yourself again and again.
And for this common group, can we parameterize the data that
Yes,
rather than giving on each test step?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, all it is like a test case, like, and so all the features that we mentioned over here can be um, applied over here. Just the difference is it's a reusable. Yeah, so no, there is no change. That means you can apply parameters, environment variables, and all different things.
Okay, when multiple testers are working in the same group, right?
Hmm.
So how other tester can be notified that that group?
Yes, so yeah, it's a, so like your point is not to step on each other's work, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we are currently working on that feature. where so currently like we ask teams to work on their own test suits, right, and work from there. So there shouldn't be uh, any any ambiguity about who is working on what. But we are adding a, it is a multi-user module, so all user will have their own access. So what we are trying to add is add every level in the history, is who triggered, why triggered, right? So all this information will be available here, so who is working on it will be clearly known, that who updated basically last test case.
Okay.
Yeah, but currently, yeah, currently it doesn't show that information here. That also we got a feedback, so we are updating that part.
Okay. While designing the test case, if wanted to run right, so will it the execution will be running in locally or it will run in the over the cloud?
Currently, it's running in cloud.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Any other question? So just a last point before we take off is yeah. So very high level. Cross devices also works the same way as a cross browser, where you can choose a different mobile size or device size like tab or mobile, and it will provide the details similar to what we have seen. So video will be there, as well as trace and all other details. So the good part over here is the consistency. You will always see the consistency uh, of the results. So that is one part. And like I just wanted to quickly show you that if something fails, so yeah, it auto heals and provides you the like all the network logs and console logs. And using AI you can analyze what is the root cause of this issue. So you can speak to your developers at the same terminology, that this could be the potential issue for given failure. So the point over here of using context QA is you are adding much context to your testing processes, where you have so many evidences of what is happening, why is happening, and you also have a AI to support you for even further evidences. So you can speak the same terminology to your development team. Okay. So yeah, so these are the like so many features we covered. Um, but uh, but yeah, any question that I can answer?
Yeah. When you guys will be granting the trial license?
Yeah, in a day, we will be providing you the access to our portal.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Any other question for me?
Think yeah, we are good.
Okay. So thank you very much for your time. I will share. I will. Yeah. So I will share